What's going on, bottom line viewers? It's Mitch here, and the Patriots, my Patriots, on Sunday Night Football just got absolutely dominated, punished, destroyed, annihilated, whooped, whatever you want to put next to it, whatever adjective you want to use. The Patriots look like crap. The Lions look like a reborn team under Matt Patricia. In this week, in this game, they had a running game. Matt Stafford looked great. Their wide receivers were running open. Their defense was great in coverage. Their pass rush even showed up at times. Their linebackers looked fast and athletic. The Patriots, alternatively, no pass rush. Run defense was putrid. Corners couldn't cover. Run game was bad. Brady was inconsistent. The receivers couldn't get open to save their lives. And Gronk was triple teamed. This was horrible. This was a terrible game. This reminds me of the 2014 Monday Night Football game against the Kansas City Chiefs. And maybe even worse. This was a frustrating football game. Against the Chiefs, it was almost like unknown or like tough to understand. But in this game, to me, it almost felt like every fear that I had about this team has come to and played out throughout the first 3 weeks. Every single fear that I saw throughout last year's playoffs, against the Jaguars, against the Eagles, last year early in the season, last year against Miami. Every fear I've seen throughout the offseason that I've brought up, the potential of not having a great pass rush, the potential of missing a corner like Malcolm Butler, the potential of losing Danny Amendola and Brandon Cooks and how that could affect this offense, the potential of losing Dion Lewis, the potential of losing Matt Patricia, all of it wrapped into one. That is what this game has come to. The Patriots, while some will say the Patriots are having their September season where they just always look bad, which is true. It's a fact. It's pretty consistent. I mean, they were bad last year in September. They were bad in 2014 in September. They've been bad in recent seasons in September. In 2012, they went 1-2. This is the first time since 2012 they've been 1-2. And at least in those games, they were close. I mean, they were close to beating the Cardinals and the Ravens, if you could remember it back then. But there's so many frustrating aspects to this game as a Patriots fan. And as a Patriots fan, I'm going to try and stay in the middle. I'm going to try and give you the perspective and positives to the Lions. But this game and the storyline, if you're really looking at it from an NFL perspective, is what's up with the Patriots? Are the Patriots done? Is this really the end of the Patriots? Or, are they just going to fix things and improve? So let's start off with the positives for the Lions before I get into the Patriots, because there's a lot to get into for Detroit, because they deserve the respect. They won this game. They won it handily. They dominated. Matt Stafford, 27 for 36, 262, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 101.8 rating, was only sacked 1 time. Matt Stafford has always been one of my favorite quarterbacks in the NFL. I say he is easily a top 10 quarterback. He does get a lot of hate from fans around the NFL, from Lions fans, whoever it may be. But this guy is a great quarterback. He always puts the football right on the money. He has a wicked arm. He can avoid pressure. He has one of the most comebacks in the NFL. And this guy, in my opinion, has carried the team for the last however long he's been there for. I think he deserves some more respect. And thankfully, it seems like they're starting to get a running game here in Detroit. TJ Lang was back in the lineup for Detroit. That was absolutely a huge addition, opening up numerous holes on the right side of that line. Ragnow, the rookie at center, was phenomenal tonight. Both of those guys on the offensive line were fantastic. I would say the guy that was the roughest out of all of the offensive linemen was probably Taylor Decker at left tackle. Kerryon Johnson was great. 16 carries, 101 yards, 6.3 yards per carry. A guy that I loved coming into the draft. Looks great in both facets of the game. Explosive, hard to tackle, agile, good catcher of the football. LeGarrette Blount looks solid. And overall, their receivers didn't have a bad game. Marvin Jones made a big play, 4 catches, 69 yards, and a touchdown. Golden Tate, 6 catches, 69 yards, made numerous guys miss in the open field. Kenny Golladay scored a touchdown, 6 catches, 53 yards. Theo Riddick had a big first down late in the game, 3 catches, 36 yards. And a couple other guys contributed there. But overall, the offense for Detroit basically was only stopped once in this entire game. The Patriots couldn't get any pressure. They couldn't stop the run. They couldn't cover anyone. And overall, the Lions played an excellent game. They had a good game plan. There was an awesome play design on the touchdown deep to Marvin Jones. They used the crossers. They used the screens. They did everything that the Patriots are bad at defending. And they did the number one most important thing in beating the Patriots is keeping Tom Brady off the field. If Tom Brady's off the field, they can't win. They can't score points. And that's where the Patriots are best at arguably, I guess, because the Patriots offense has been just as bad as the defense so far this season. The Lions, they whoop them 26-10. The offense was great. Defensively, Gerard Davis looked a lot better from last year. 5 tackles total. He was just all around the football, very fast, something that the Patriots are desperately missing. Eli Harold had 2 sacks in this game, 2 tackles for loss. He was solid. He was probably their best pass rusher in this game. Even a guy like Ricky Jean-Francois, who played for the Patriots last year in the Super Bowl, he was dominating. I mean, this is a guy that they just picked off the street. He dominated the Patriots. What else? Deshaun Hand was solid. Reeves Maben was solid. Darius Slay was fantastic. I don't think he let a catch up. So overall, Detroit, their defense did enough. And I thought the game plan that Patricia put out there, double team Gronk, even triple team Gronk, force these receivers to beat you down the field, down the sideline, force Brady to throw it deep, take away the short routes, take away the running backs out of the backfield, take away the run game, and basically every third down. I don't think I saw one blitz from Detroit. I think there was all coverage, and they did a fantastic job of getting coverage sacks, and they did that very well. And you got to credit Matt Patricia, who totally outcoached Bill Belichick in this game. Bill Belichick was, again, horrible in this game. The offensive game plan was debatable. The defense looks like they haven't fixed one issue since the Super Bowl. I just don't know what Bill Belichick thinks he's supposed to get out of this team. And that's where I'm going to go with the Patriots. So let's start on offense. Yes, we have Gronk, okay? Chris Hogan, yes, a solid complimentary wide receiver. He's not a number 1 receiver. And you're putting him in situations in the slot to act like Julian Edelman. He's nowhere near as good as Julian Edelman, nowhere near as quick as Julian Edelman, nowhere near as good as getting away from corners or making guys, just beating guys, separating from corners. He can't separate. He's not good, okay? He's only good when you have Edelman and you have Gronk. When you have those 2 guys and Chris Hogan's on the field and he draws the 3rd corner, the 4th guy, when he draws zone coverage because they're scared to play man because Edelman's out there, then Hogan's solid because he can run down the seam and catch the football. But honestly, you're putting him in a bad position to win matchups. It's just not going to happen. Rex Burkhead gets hurt every game. He's a decent catcher of the football at the running back position. Can't run. He had 1 solid screen, but he gets hurt every time. Every game, he gets hurt. Every game. James White is amazing. I love James White. James White plays great every game. I've never seen James White outside of the 2015 AFC Championship game have a bad game ever. James White is awesome. I love James White. One of the only guys that played well today. Cordell Patterson. This guy is a kick returner. He's a gadget player, and you're asking him to make fucking catches on the sidelines. You're asking him to be Randy Moss. Are you serious? Did you bring this guy in here to be your receiver? He's a kick returner. There's a reason why he couldn't make it in Minnesota. There's a reason why he couldn't make it in Oakland. He's a kick returner. I liked the ad of Cordell Patterson when he was going to be asked to be a kick returner. But he's a receiver, apparently, which he's not. Okay? And he probably made one of the nicest catches all game. Philip Dorsett had 0 catches. 0 catches. And a lot of that was, I don't want to say his fault, because a lot of the plays, like, I guess he can't really separate well, but you think he's Brandon Cooks. There's a reason why Brandon Cooks has been successful for 3 different teams. I understand he's on 3 good teams, but there's a reason why he drew the most pass interference calls last year. It's not just because you can draw up a play and he can get a pass interference. He's actually good. Philip Dorsett is not Brandon Cooks. You're asking him to be Brandon Cooks. And then Tom Brady throws the ball in double coverage on one of the biggest plays of the game, 50 yards down the field, and he asks Philip Dorsett to outjump Darius Slay. Good luck. Good luck. And then people on Twitter are getting angry at Sony Michel. Are you serious? This guy didn't even have a training camp, okay? He didn't even play in training camp, and he's the Patriots' second best player on offense. He actually is trying to run through tacklers. He's actually giving an effort. He's actually trying. Like, why are fans mad at Sony Michel when he's had 1 week of practice, 2 weeks of practice? He just got off the injury report, and apparently, like, Sony Michel would have been nice to kind of, sparingly put in there. Give him 5 carries the first game, give him 10 the next game. If you're confident in him, get him 15. He had 14 carries in this game, along of 12. And the reason why the Patriots can't run the ball, it's not their offensive line. I think their offensive line played well in this game. They didn't let up a lot of pressure. They barely gave up any sacks. They only gave up 2. It's because Detroit has everybody in the box because their receivers are shit. And then they're asking Rob Gronkowski to beat 3 people. The Detroit Lions are literally covering Rob Gronkowski like it's a punt return. Seriously? Seriously? And then we get to the defense. Daron Harmon had 8 tackles. I did not notice him on one play in this game. Landon Roberts, I thought, played decent. He had a couple of really nice hits in the run game. 2 tackles for loss. He was one of the better players on defense. And usually, I'm not a fan of Landon Roberts. But Landon Roberts, I'll never say he doesn't put 100% effort in the game. Because he always does. He just doesn't have the skills sometimes to make the plays. Kyle Van Noy, he was okay at best. At best. He made a couple of plays. That was it. Jason McCourty, okay at best. Made a couple of plays. Also didn't make a couple of plays. Lawrence Guy was fucking terrible. He got pushed back like 8 yards on every play in this game. And you just continued to put him in the same spot. Continued to play your 3 linemen front. You're playing 3-4 defense. Fuck, if they're running the ball like that, like, this is so embarrassing. On defense, they're running the ball right up the gut every play for 6 yards apiece. 6 yards apiece. Nothing stopping them. Then on passing downs, they're blitzing 6 guys. Keep in mind, there's only 5 offensive linemen that can block. Then there's a running back. The Patriots can't get to Matt Stafford with 6 people blitzing. No wonder we're giving up passes down the field when there's 6 guys blitzing and we're not getting any fucking pressure. Are you kidding? I don't know what to say. Lawrence Guy was bad. Dante Hightower. I love Dante Hightower of the past. Dante Hightower so far this year has been arguably the worst player on this team. He was awful today. He couldn't set the edge. He couldn't blitz up the middle and make regular plays. He gets pushed back regularly. His strength isn't there. His speed isn't there. He's getting beat to the edge. I don't know if he's still injured. I don't know if he's just lost a step and he's done. But he's bad. He sucks right now. He's terrible. Juwan Bentley tries. He's a rookie 4th or 5th round pick. He had an interception. He's actually been really good in coverage. I'll give that to Juwan Bentley. Run defense and the things you're asking him to be Jamie Collins. He's not Jamie Collins in terms of athleticism. Okay? Dietrich Wise was by far the best player, arguably on this team today. Dietrich Wise was awesome today. He was actually fired up. He had a sack in this game. He was getting to Stafford. He had one hand. The player with one hand was playing better than the rest of the team combined. Stephon Gilmore gave up that one play, which I don't really think was his fault because the safety was not there. This defense lacks heart without Patrick Chung. They lack any sort of pass rush without Trey Flowers. If Trey Flowers is out for any game, I'm picking the other team because this team's defense is absolutely god-awful when Trey Flowers doesn't play. If Trey Flowers plays, they're at least workable. But if Trey Flowers doesn't play, you better sign him too because he's going to be a free agent and they're probably going to let him go because he's a pass rusher. And apparently teams don't need pass rushers if you're the Patriots. You refuse to draft them. You draft linemen instead. You draft running backs instead. When your biggest issue has been D-line, has been linebacker, and you're picking fucking bums and you're trading for bums. This is, I think, the most to blame on Bill Belichick in this game. Bill Belichick is just putting his players in bad positions, and he's putting bad players in bad positions. Like, what has been one good move that Bill Belichick has made in free agency or the draft in the past 2 seasons? One good move. He hasn't made any. And then he consistently gets outcoached. You know just as much. They were using the Matt Patricia thing. You know just as much about Matt Patricia as he knows about you. And you got dominated by the team that got destroyed by the Jets and lost to the 49ers. Danny Shelton played like shit. Nate Ebner was actually playing defense, which that's not good. Malcolm Brown is terrible. Stop playing him. He's bad. Every game I watch him play in, he gets destroyed every time. He got absolutely destroyed against the Jaguars. He was the worst player, arguably, against the Philadelphia Eagles in the entire Super Bowl. And he was awful again in this game. Adrian Claiborne was invisible. I give credit for Crossan and J.C. Jackson actually trying. They're like undrafted rookie cornerbacks. This team's not good. I think usually I say that the Patriots will turn it around. But this team is bad. This team is bad. They don't have talent. Maybe when they get Edelman and Gordon, they'll have a team and Trey Flowers, Patrick Chung. But if any of these guys get hurt, you're fucked. This is Tom Brady. He's 41 years old. You're supposed to be trying to win him a Super Bowl. And you don't get any defense. Any defense or receivers. You let go his fucking second best friend. Plays for Miami, who's 3-0. You let go of one of the leaders on the team, Brandon Bolden. He's on Miami. They're 3-0. You let go of Dion Lewis, the best running back this team has had since Corey Dillon. You let go of Malcolm Butler, the heart and soul of the defense. I know he wasn't great last year and he got paid a lot, but sometimes teams need those players. I understand you still have Devin McCourty and you're expecting Hightower to come back, but there's too many guys in here that aren't good. Like, I could go through the whole roster. Deron Harmon is a solid player. Landon Roberts is good against the run, but can't do anything else. Kyle Van Noy, debatable starter on most teams in the NFL. Jason McCourty got traded by the Browns. Danny Shelton got traded by the Browns. Lawrence Guy was like the 5th D tackle on the Baltimore Ravens 2 years ago. Devin McCourty is overpaid right now, I would say. Dante Hightower sucks right now. Juwan Bentley's a 5th-round pick. Jonathan Jones is an undrafted rookie who I would say is their best corner. It's between him and Gilmore right now. Dietrich Wise is a 4th-round pick who's your best pass rusher. Stephon Gilmore is overpaid. Danny Shelton sucks. Nate Ebner's a special teamer. Malcolm Brown sucks. Adrian Claiborne is a guy that got 6 sacks in one game and did nothing else. Adam Butler's undrafted. Keon Crosson's undrafted. J.C. Jackson's undrafted. The Patriots offense. Chris Hogan was the 5th-string receiver on the Buffalo Bills. Rex Burkhead was the 3rd-string running back on the Cincinnati Bengals. James White is great, but only as a receiver, mostly. And even when he's playing well as a running back, you still don't put him in the game. 4 carries, 37 yards. James Devlin is a fullback, and you put him out there as a receiver. Cordell Patterson's a kick returner. Sony Michel has been injured all training camp. Philip Dorsett was traded by the Colts. This team's not good. They suck. They suck. They don't have anyone good. They don't have anyone good on their team. Brady, Gronk, White. That's it. Who else is good? Stephon Gilmore? Josh Gordon, maybe? Bill Belichick's hoping that Josh Gordon's Randy Moss. If you're watching these receivers out here, Brady had multiple times where he had like 5-6 seconds to throw the ball. These guys couldn't get open. They couldn't get open at all. You're expecting Josh Gordon to be Randy Moss. You're expecting Julian Edelman to be Julian Edelman. I hope they are, because you're screwed, and it's going to make Tom Brady look bad, which is the worst part, because Tom Brady is the only thing that's actually keeping this team like respectable right now. Imagine if this team had a mediocre quarterback. People talk about how much help Aaron Rodgers gets, and I talk about that. Brady has less help than Aaron Rodgers. He has, I don't know. This defense is bad. This 3rd down defense is horrible. They need to change so many things. Like, they need to change their entire running defense. They need to change. They play way too much man coverage. The crossing routes destroy them. The offense, they can't get any separation. Their run game is horrible. Like, outside of Brady and Gronk, you need to change everything on your team. Are you going to be able to do that for like the 5th year in a row? Like, maybe try getting some better players. Maybe try actually signing some good players. Drafting. Like, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? This is like, the Patriots played like the Lions. The Patriots played like the Lions tonight. And if the Patriots don't fix anything and they don't play Josh Gordon, they're 100% losing to the Dolphins. No chance. They have no chance to win that game if they don't play Josh Gordon and if they don't fix anything. If they don't play more zone, if they don't get a pass rush, if Trey Flowers doesn't play, I'm putting a win right next to Miami's name. Right now. Win for Miami. Watch, Danny Amendola is going to embarrass the Patriots. Miami's 3-0. 3-0. And their offensive line's good, which the Patriots aren't going to be able to stop the run. Kenny Stills is going to burn every corner on this team. The defense is probably going to have a better pass rush than Detroit. Minkah Fitzpatrick and whoever else is going to double team Gronk. If Josh Gordon doesn't play next week, and if they don't change a lot, and Josh McDaniels was bad in this game too. I don't know what he was doing. And usually the Lions, like their first drive, they scored a field goal. And it was 4th and 1. Usually a team that scores a field goal on 4th and 1 loses to the Patriots. Usually. Not this time. Devin, they got to fix everything. I don't know. I'm picking the Dolphins next week. This team doesn't deserve to be picked next week. If they win, they win. But they literally have to change everything. Maybe it will help that they're in New England. I'm just like, the reason why I'm going on this rant is because other Patriots people and other fans and other beat writers are going to do the story that the Patriots have been here and done this before and flipped it all around. I'm not giving you that because usually I'm positive about the Patriots. But you have to rip this team apart. Like it's bad. And they really miss Julian Edelman. Like, Julian Edelman has heart. Julian Edelman has grit. Julian Edelman fights for every yard. They don't have a guy like that right now. Brady is just pissed. Like, you can just see it every play. He just rips his helmet off and, like, goes to the bench. I wouldn't be surprised if the Patriots finish, like, 10-6 and lose. I wouldn't be surprised if Brady just retired because he's just going to say, fuck it. Like, there's a rumors about Belichick and Brady. I don't know. It just feels different to me. I don't know. I guess I'll read the comments, but I feel like I've already missed a lot of them. Rob says, as Chris Merriman used to say, that's why they play the game. Robot Guy says, I'll tell you something funny. I'm a Huskers fan, and they got whooped by the Wolverines. I'm also a Pats fan, and, well, we saw what happened. So Michigan teams effing destroyed my favorite teams. Jets 48-17, Patriots 26-13. Brandon Williams says the problem with the defense is Bill Belichick thinks he can make a top 10 defense with average. I agree. I think people give Bill Belichick too much credit because, I mean, when's the last time this guy had a great defense? You're supposed to be one of the greatest coaches, like defensive coaches of all time. And I understand you're a great, like, adjustment coach and you're great at turning bad players into good players. But, like, when are you going to have a good defense? Like, the last time this team had a good defense was a long time ago. 2016, they had a serviceable defense. But they still got shredded in a lot of those games. This defense is just embarrassing. It's, like, hard to watch. Photo pick Tampa in the Survivor. If we lose to the Dolphins, it's officially concern time. If the Patriots don't beat the Dolphins, not good. Patriots offense, I'm not concerned or worried. I'm frustrated because it always happens. Always happens. Every year. This team never comes out to play. This team's always relying on undrafted, shitty players. How amazing would it be if they actually had Chandler Jones? And once upon a time, this guy actually played for the team. Training Solutions says the Patriots go down from here. And by the way, I'm sick. Like, my nose is plugged up. I have a sore throat. I did a 3-hour stream, and now I'm sitting here yelling about a football game. And I want to go to sleep. But I'm reading these comments. Hogan was good last year with Edelman gone. Says Go Skittle. But Cooks was there. Cordell Patterson does need to play running back. I think we are going to stream the Fins-Pats game. I think that's a must stream now. I think a lot of people will be interested in it. Michael Grant says, this is what I meant by the Patriots season depends on Josh Gordon. Go Skittle looks like my Colts team won the trade. Go Skittle says, we'll regret the day we traded Cooks. Did Derek Rivers play today? Yes, he did. I don't think he played a lot, though. Sony is interesting. I just don't understand why people are like hard on him because he hasn't had a lot of time to really go. At least we're not the Chiefs defense. That's pretty bad. But at least they're winning. 100 yards for the Lions. Yep. Chargers defense is bad too. Brandon Williams says, like I said before, this is what happens when you don't have a lot of talent. Defense needs work. Saying that as a Colts fan, that's true. Big game, week 5 against the Colts, Thursday night. Kevil is not drunk. He's professional. What does Kevil say, people, and think? Miami is good. There's 3 interesting games next week. Tennessee, Philly, Pats, Miami, KC, Denver. And Baltimore, Pittsburgh. And Rams, Vikings. Pats, Miami will probably be the game of the week. Like, you're seeing teams like the Chiefs and the Rams dominate. The Eagles winning Super Bowls. Those teams have great players, at least on one side of the football. And they have great coaching. You lost to the Lions by 16 points. The Lions aren't good. They have some good players. They're not a good team. And now the Patriots are going to play 3-0 Dolphins. Week 5, they play the Colts, which isn't going to be easy. I mean, they should win. Week 6, they're going to get smacked by the Chiefs if they play this bad. Week 7, they play the Bears. They might not even score a point against the Bears at this point. They need to get it together, man. Goal Skittle says New England misses the playoffs. Pats have the last... D didn't suck in 2014. I still don't think the Browns are going to make the playoffs. How is he not going to do anything but play small ball, SM? He's got nothing. How are the Dolphins plus 7.5? Did anyone watch the Patriots play? If Edelman's Edelman and Josh Gordon is Josh Gordon, then this offense is completely different. But if Josh Gordon's a friggin' weed head, I was going to say crackhead, a druggie, then we're fucked. If Edelman is done, we're fucked. This offense reminded me of the 2009 Patriots without Wes Welker, which was putrid. Because Wes Welker was the only guy that could get open. Ever. Ever. I don't know how you lose to the Lions. Jags will win the AFC South. They just suck against the Titans. Would the Patriots have beat the Bills today? I don't know. I don't know. What's all the bracelets? I got a WWE one. I got one that says yin and yang. And I got a couple Jordan ones on. I don't know who I'm picking next week. If I pick the Patriots, it's just in faith. Because if you're actually saying that the Patriots are playing better football than the Dolphins, you're smoking some of that Josh Gordon stuff, man. I think I'm done there. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. This is going to be an interesting week for the Patriots. This is a huge week for them. If they can turn it around, you know, I still have hope. I'm not without hope, but I'm concerned. I'm frustrated. Again, I'm not worried, but I'm frustrated. And it's going to take a lot for them to turn it around. So we'll see. Hopefully the defense can fix some issues. Hopefully the guys are healthy. Hopefully the offense can get it back together. And that's it. Great win by the Lions. 26-10. Good win, good win. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and peace out.